There you go.
The song is called Leave. This song is very, very weird for this album.
Yeah, this it doesn't the two parts don't, in my opinion, don't really match up very
No,
well. They say basically it sounds like two separate songs.
being played at the same time.
Well, but the with
Oh
the
yeah,
lead in, as far as I'm saying. But then you have this quiet lead in, and then the weird effect siren thing comes in,
yeah.
and it's kind of annoying, kind of obnoxious at first, but it lends itself well to the track once everything gets up and going and mixed. And I'll give that a lot of that to the mixing engineer and Scott Litt for achieving that balance, if you will.
Now this is a song. Like I said, I called it weird. I called it an outlier. This is probably my favorite song on the album.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
What Greg was talking about a minute ago, not to put words in his mouth. Like at the very beginning, it's like an acoustic introduction playing what will become the riff of the song with like a mellotron playing with it, right? It's very, very soft, very, very mellow.
Very slowed down, like probably halftime or more than what
And then all of a sudden, at exactly 1 minute, the drums kick in with just like a simple snare, and then the siren sound goes off, and like they whip the guitars out, they whip the ebo back out, and it's just like I don't want to say noise, but that's probably the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a sample basically. They use it as a audio texture, if you will. I have a note for this one over here that says tambourines in my eyes. So I guess they went pretty tambourine heavy on this one to kind of drive it a little bit. But you see that throughout the album. There's a lot of alt percussion and funky stuff like that. Yeah, and then and it's it starts off real morose, and then it goes to this like upbeat kind of like driven rock, and the vocals are just Mike Stipe at his best, at his prototypical form. What you expect when you turn on the radio and hear Michael Stipe, et cetera, et cetera. So it's just real good.
I mean, it's a 7-minute song, and
it's very long. Yeah,
and I mentioned at the top of this that all of the live sound might have kind of, the production value is greater than live sound, but it kind of, the overall sound, they had to work a little bit harder to get what would be R.E.M standard. This takes full advantage of everything. Michael Stipe's voice is almost perfect in this one, or it's perfect for Michael Stipe, I should say, because he like I said, he's got a really, really great voice. The expansive nature of the arrangement, and just that middle bit, right, when they're using the pick scraping up and down the guitars, and he's singing it very, very haunted with the reverb, and just kind of does that, and then you slap on the ebo with it, and Bill Berry's drumming that brings the energy back up.
Yeah, I mean, this is very good at that.
I mean, okay, it's called Leave. It's about leaving town, going to the next town. And the first half of this album did not have that. This is the high side, as they call it, HI, and now we're moving to the fi side, which is more of the downbeat. Hey, we're leaving, we're on the road kind of thing. But I mean, Leave is probably the best way that they could have ended this half of the album.
Yeah, especially if you're looking at it like side A, side B. It's a good end of side A.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And it's one of those songs that is either going to start or end an album, but we're still in the vinyl days, so it's kind of ending that vinyl, shall we say? Yeah,
the end of that side. That was something that I think a lot of people took in consideration too. Almost like when you're putting acts to a play together. You think about how the story makes sense as a whole, but sometimes the segments and the parts need to be moved around and tweaked a little bit. So I don't know if they took specific consideration of that, but I think it was a solid choice for their end of side A, if you will.